On. So we are live, Martha, and I would love for everyone on our listening side to know what we are going live for. So let's talk about the Business Accelerator Summit that's happening in Chicago. And what
Absolutely.
is this all about? Like, what can someone expect from this event?
Everything that you can think about and imagine in a business event. We're going to have 30 speakers talking
Mhm.
about 17 different business topics. So it doesn't matter where you're coming from, there's going to be one talk that resonates with you that will make an impact, change your life, and change your entire business and mindset about business. There's
Wow.
going to be expos. So we're going to have about 100 exhibitors offering different business services and products. So let's say you need a lawyer. There'll be somebody there that you can talk to in case you're having a issue with law. There'll be accountants. I mean, you can just think about any product and service that any business owner needs. They will be there in their booth. So it's a really great way of connecting with them too. We'll have private workshops on August 31st. And for the first people that sign up, this is the most amazing thing. You'll have a one-on-one with some of the speakers. So 50 people will have one-on-one coaching. So make sure you register because you can be one of the very few people who get the opportunity from the whole set of 500 to be the ones that have that one-on-one mentorship. And that is powerful.
That is very powerful. So, um, it is a 2-day event, right? And tell us more about what day one looks like and what day two looks like.
I wish I can share my screen, but Tinley Park Convention Center is a huge venue. What is amazing about it, even if you're coming from a different state, the hotel is connected to the venue. So you don't have to go anywhere. You just Uber it or taxi to the Tinley Park Convention Center into the hotel, and then you don't have to leave there. If you want to eat something, oh, we can share the screen. Look up Tinley Convention Center. I didn't put pictures there of Tinley. But anyway, these are the 30 speakers. Look at this. These are the 30
Ooh,
speakers.
I love it. This is amazing. So you want me to pull up
Tinley Park Convention Center so people can see how big this place is.
okay, let me pull it up.
Anyway, this is a huge venue. It's very easy to access it, and then you have the hotel there.
Mhm.
And the evening time when we have, there you
Ooh,
go.
look
That's
at
the place.
that.
You see, there's a balcony right there. You see this balcony? We're gonna have access to the balcony in the nighttime for dinner. So we'll have dinner and we'll have cocktails there at the nighttime to close the event and celebrate. Look how beautiful this place looks. It's huge. It has a west, north, east, and it has a lot of space. They have huge trade shows there. I can't even believe that I had access to this amazing space, but they said yes, and it worked. We have 2 days of this wonderful space. You
Wow,
see
I'm
how
so
pretty it is?
excited
It's
here
huge.
to be here and spend time with such
Oh,
fabulous
and you know what's more
people.
amazing too? Parking is free. You don't have to stress about paying for expensive city parking. No, you just park there and just walk to the venue. You don't have to even stress
Wow.
about that. That's what I figured with a lot of big networking events. You are driving in traffic and then you cannot even find parking. That is not going to be a problem. You can bring your entire team and there will be enough parking for you.
No, I absolutely love this vision of yours. So, let's talk about what to really get out of this event in the sense like when someone comes for 2 days, attends full 2 days, what could they expect the starting next week?
Okay, so it's not to brag, but I know that many business owners probably didn't even go to business school. Well, let me tell you, I'm bringing the entire education in business to business owners, CEOs, and entrepreneurs. You're going to get a crash course and crash information of everything you need to know as a business owner. So that's one. So you don't even have to go to college because you're going to get it all. But it depends on you if you take it, okay? Anyone can give you any information, but if you do not go home into your business and apply it, then it's just information in the air, right? But if you really take this information, I guarantee that you will have a successful business this year. So that's one. The number two, just think about the leverage and the networking power. Your client can be there. Very different from other events. You see, there's always just events for real estates. There's events for just manufacturers. Where is the client there? You get me? You're basically just
Mhm.
interacting with
True.
your colleagues. Well, in this event, I'm bringing everybody. I'm bringing the realtors. I'm bringing the lawyers. I'm bringing the accountants. I'm bringing the food people. I'm bringing manufacturing. I'm bringing the marketing people. I mean, every industry is going to be here. So your prospect is going to be in these 500 people. Imagine that.
Wow. Absolutely. So you're going to learn how to level up. You're going to meet great people to do business with. You're going to have some joint ventures going on, and you're going to feel really fulfilled about your time well spent. Because, Martha, let's be honest, it's just with all the events opening up, everybody's just like, oh, like they're scrambling. Where should I go? But time is such a, I would say, precious commodity that you cannot ever get back, right?
I agree with you. Let's talk about your talk. What are you going to talk about so they can get excited? So, Dr. Monsi is going to be one of the keynote speakers.
I love it. Thank you for the opportunity. And I am going to talk about how someone like me, who is a healthpreneur, I was a healthcare professional and I went to the industry of becoming an entrepreneur. We should understand how to create multiple streams of income, how to evaluate investments, how to take the right opportunity that comes in front of you. Because if I like, I understand you shouldn't be saying yes to every single thing, but I feel like a lot of people don't understand the blessings that come their way, and they not really are aligned, and they're not connected to the source, and they end up really either wasting their money, getting burned, and then always like at the end is like, oh, this is not for me, right? Like that shouldn't happen. So I will be talking about my journey and how I invested and how they can invest in the same things and create a life that is filled with health, wealth, and freedom.
Health, wealth, and freedom. That's all you need in life. So, why don't you learn from the expert, Dr. Monsi?
Absolutely. So, a little bit about you, Martha. Martha, you are a powerhouse, and a lot of people still don't know yet because you look like a little baby, but they don't know what a beast you are. And typically we know that Latina women, they are more of homemakers, or they're in non-traditional roles. And I really want you to share, why is it so important that you're putting this event? Because people need to know who you are and your story.
Wow. So I'm a serial entrepreneur. My number one business is the pallet industry. So we sell wood pallets all over the US. We have clients, of course, in Chicago, Florida, California. We've worked with a few people in New York. But this is a special business to me because I always say, thanks to the pallet industry, I was fed because we actually came to this country very poor. We used to not even have a bed. We would sleep on the floor. It was in very bad conditions. It was in a neighborhood in Chicago called Little Village. So it was a lot of poverty. But thanks to this industry that my father went into, we were able to actually have a nicer home. And then I joined in when I was going to college because I was like, I want no dollar from you. I didn't want any dollar from my parents. I wanted to work
Earn
for
it.
my own items, my own
Earn it.
things.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. So I didn't go work for him first. I actually went to work at Chipotle because I was so prideful. I'm like, I don't even want the money coming from you, even if I work for you. But I realized that fast food restaurant was not for me. So I go After 1 year working at Chipotle and going to school, so at the same time I was doing my degree in
Hmm.
mathematics, and then I was going to work at Chipotle. Well, I eventually go to my father and I tell him I wasn't living with him. Okay, I left home too early, so I go and talk to him, and I'm like, I need a job. And he did not give me the luxurious job, okay? He told me, okay, go in the warehouse and you're gonna cut wood in the saw. So I started working. Yes, I was cutting,
Cutting wood.
yeah, cutting wood in the saw. I mean,
But
you're
your
talking,
dad must be pretty bold, because usually fathers don't see their daughters doing like such masculine work. So I applaud him for not seeing any difference between a girl and a boy, because my father is the same. Like, he's like, go figure it out yourself. Like, change your car tire. Like, I'm not available. I have work to do. Like, stuff like that.
and I think that's why we're so successful. There was no, I'm babying you and treating you like a porcelain doll because you're a woman. I'm so grateful for that. Trust me, at the moment, I was like,
We
ouch,
felt really ouch, right? Like,
ouch.
I
But
felt
any,
very harsh too when my dad said he can't come. I have to figure out. So,
yeah, it
but
makes us
it
be
makes us who
independent.
we are today, right? Like, we wouldn't have the confidence, because I was like, wow, I have to figure this out, and it doesn't have to be a man. That means I know how to do this, right? If he put that trust into me, that's what you felt.
Yeah. Well, he puts me in there. I learned every machine. I know how to operate every machine. I learned how to use a forklift. I'm certified to use a forklift, everyone. So I
What?
can, yes, I'm certified. I had to do it.
The little baby that you are. Oh my god. Like,
I've driven box trucks too. You see, like not the semi truck. If I
the
want
soft
to,
one.
I'm sure I'll figure out. But those 26-foot box trucks, I will send deliveries because I don't know if anyone knows in the logistics business, drivers always leave. They're not reliable a lot of the times. I'm not saying in every case, but they're not as reliable in this industry, in the pallet industry. So one of them left, and I'm like, okay, I told my client the pallets are going to be there at this time. So what I do is I take the load in the box truck. I'm like, I'm not gonna lie to my
Wow.
client. I'm going to make it happen. So that's how I am motivated and learn how to use a truck. But point is that from working inside and I'm doing a master's degree in mathematics, I figured I'm great with my hands, given that I'm such a small lady. But because I was doing really good with the work inside the warehouse, I have to use my brain to help in a different way. I mean, this job was honorable. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I was very fit. I was very healthy due to like all the physicality work. But
That's
anyway,
good. That's good.
I
But you went basically from being the technician to the CEO, because that's the transition you had to make in order for the company to grow to the multiple seven figures that it is now.
yeah, for many, I mean, it helped me because I learned the product so well. I learned how to see all
Mm,
the parts and I learned how to work in every part that builds and creates
right.
this wooden pallet. But then I'm like, okay, I need to do something better. So then I go into the office and he tells me, well, here you go. And I look into the bank account and it was like negative 3,000. And I told him, you cannot be making any more checks. And that's when he told me straight up, well, Martha, that's why I have you here. So he basically gave me the huge responsibility of figuring out the finances and the operation to get our numbers to be in green, to not no
Right.
longer be in red.
Right.
So I did it. I mean, he gave me the
Wow.
responsibility and I learned. I learned QuickBooks, I learned bookkeeping, I learned sales, I learned how to manage accounts, I learned how to talk to clients, negotiate, and it didn't take too long for us to actually
I think
move.
you're a natural.
You think it was just in my veins?
Yeah, I think it's just in you. And like, if things are there messy in front of you, like, the clarity will kick in and you'll just start arranging parts, and then in no time people will be like, wow, this is like a magician.
A mathematician magician.
Mathematician magician is what you are. But I love that. I didn't know that you actually did hands-on work, and you did all the palette making and understood the product and even delivered some days. So that is insanely commendable. Like, I loved and respect you, but now it's like 100x. It's insane. I'm serious.
Next time you're gonna be in Chicago, maybe I can show you how to use the forklift.
Yes, I would love to. It's just gonna be a fun thing.
So
So,
where was I?
wow.
Yeah,
Well,
so
you
I
were
love
saying that you kind of started learning everything, and it didn't really take you that long to learn, and then you started taking it to the next level.
Yeah, so we were in reds. I'm telling you, it was like negative 3,000. I was able to use the numbers and convince the bank to give us a loan. So we got a huge loan for our own place that last year we finally paid it off. I mean, it was a loan that was paid off in less than 6 years. This is industrial 2.75-acre property that was paid off in less than 6 years. So that is very commendable. It
That's
doesn't really happen.
insane. That's insane. So now you own the whole warehouse, the land, the production, and raw materials. So you're debt free, and everything now is just next level.
Yeah, next level. And now we're looking for our next either buying a pallet business or just buying another warehouse. So we're looking to expand. I'm excited because basically, I'm telling you, I came into a company that was in negatives and now we're a seven-figure business. It was not easy, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of hiccups in the way, but anyone can do this. And let me tell you what was the power here. I didn't know something, so I looked it up or I asked an expert. I accepted what I did not know. And I think that's the mistake sometimes that we make, that we don't accept that we don't know something. So we just ignore that and kind of take a detour, right? But
Yeah,
no, let's acknowledge what we're good at and what we do not know. Because here at the Accelerator Business Summit, you're going to have 30 experts. 30 entrepreneurs, business owners, renowned speakers that can help you or give you that advice or that push, whatever you need to take your business to the next level. How I took a six-figure to a seven-figure, and I'm going for the eight-figure, okay?
I love it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're going to go for multiple eight figures and then nine figures. That's coming.
Oh, I cannot wait. I'm excited because that means I can help so much more people. A lot of people think that money is like greed and bad, but no, it's a tool so you can impact more people. That is what the Accelerator Business Summit is. If I go one on one client, there's so much impact I can do, right? But what if I create the platform for all the business owners to get the information? So it's a lot of business owners that can survive the 10-year, the 3 year, the 5 year, the 10-year mark and give work to other people and grow our community, grow and be successful together.
Absolutely. I mean, just think about your family, right? Like, you guys went, not just like you guys don't have small families, you guys have big families. You guys went from broke and barely surviving and horrible life conditions, living conditions in America. We're not talking in Mexico. Here, to having homes flourishing, having security, kids going to college, having funds, having things that like building legacy and building wealth for your family. Now, once that is taken care of, so there is, right, like our immediate give that we want to do is our family, then there is our community, and then we impact the world. So I truly believe that you were born to impact the world in a whole different way that you don't even know yet. I see that light in you.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Monsi. I appreciate it. I feel very honored to be here with you.
Likewise, likewise. It's a mutual feeling. I think when we find other badasses in business, and especially if it's the same gender, it just feels so good. It feels like you found your tribe, even if it's four of them and they're all over the world. It doesn't matter because the level of perseverance and commitment it takes to get to where we are is absolutely insane. Like, most people don't have the grit. That's why they can't get there. So we know that on the grit level, we are on the same frequency.
And that's what we need to teach our kids, the grit.
The grit, yes.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
the mystery. That's the mystery. How do you teach grit? And
It's
I
so
think
hard. I feel like it's either there or not.
I don't want to even speak on this, but I do think
Plus, you have a child, right? So you probably have a daily practice of how do I teach him to be more resilient, have more grit, right? And I don't have that yet. So I don't know, but you can speak for yourself that, like, what do you see? Like, with Angelo being young and very well taken care of now because of where you are, like, does that give him that grit? Like, or share, please.
for Angelo, so I'm a mother of a 5-year old. His name's Angelo Vasquez. He's precious, not just because he's my kid. Well, I think leading by example. This is when the parenthood is like, oh my God, because you tell your kids something, and if you're doing the opposite, they're not going to listen to you. They're going to follow your actions. So the simple fact that one as the parent has the grit, the perseverance, and does not quit even when a big challenge happens, these kids are watching. They know what's going on around them, and that influences how they talk to other people. That influences how they solve problems. Like my son on his own, he's like, don't tell me the answer, mom, I want to figure it out. And it's because he sees me like working really hard on like my PhD homework, and I'm working on my own. Sometimes his father wants to be like, can I help you? I'm like, no, I want to figure it on my own.
He tells
So
you that.
that, yeah, that shows the independent, because sometimes I do have a lot going on. I have, for example, calls for the pallet business. Then I have business diva because I also have my book, organizing
Right.
that. And then I also have thesis work. So my husband is like nice. He probably doesn't know what is going on, but he wants to help, or at least know that he's there. And I tell him,
Well,
no,
you
I
didn't
can do it.
mention you didn't mention your consulting business and the cafes you're putting together. It's like always something.
Oh
And
yes, I'm always
it's like
busy.
these are like five basic things. There's probably a lot of things with the family. Like, you're just such a giver. You're always there for your family. Like, it's insane. I just I can't believe that like someone can be so well versed. So with that being said, you said it is the role model of the
Mhm.
parent and they're watching you, right? I think it's true. We watch our parents work so hard. My dad and mom's ethics in general, my dad's work ethics, my mom's commitment to her kids. She, even though was a homemaker, had a business, she worked from home. It's just insane how our parents work so hard in order to give us the life we have today. So I think that's what it is. Like, if you are going to stay on track and not get complacent, they will follow the grit.
Yeah, that's the first part, right? The first, like, probably the first 5 years. But then these uh, kids hang out with others. So then it's who they hang out with. So you want to make sure that your child is hanging out with the right top 5 people, because that's the direction they're going to take. Yes, you gave them values, you showed them discipline, you showed them grit, but then they also get influenced by who they're surrounded with. So
True, true, true. Yeah,
you cannot
company.
control everything about them, but do supervise, or at least watch who they're hanging out with, and maybe have, like, ask them, is this the kind of person you want to be? Are they doing the right thing? And they're gonna slowly realize, like, oh, I should walk away. Or even teaching them that it's okay to walk away from people. They don't have to please people, because I
Mm,
feel like that is what's going on right now, especially with social media. You're always trying to please people, so you lose yourself, you lose your purpose.
totally. I absolutely love that piece of advice. And it's okay to walk away from people who are not serving in your best interest. Every friendship, if you're young or adult, doesn't matter. It should be ecological. Good for me, good for you, good for the whole community around you, right? So I totally agree. And with that being said, I think we can take a little break from our promotion today. And again, it's happening in August and the last day of August, August 31st, right?
Yeah, August 31st, September 1st. Get your tickets. Use the promo code MONSI, capitalized.
MANSI, all capital. And then yeah, I would love to see people there. I mean, our LinkedIn community is so amazing. What I'm gonna do is since this didn't go live on LinkedIn for some glitch, it's live on YouTube. So we're gonna basically post it, and then the hashtags, let's do Chicago, Chicago events, everything that is around Chicago, so we can pull in more people. So I'm really excited. All the people from all around the world are coming. So it's not limited to Chicago, but it's easier, of course, for Chicago peeps. And hey, Chicago is the top 5 cities in the world when it comes to the amount of population, GDP. So we should have no shortage of people coming to
Yeah,
this.
and if business owners want to expand, why not expand to the Chicago market? It's one of the most uh, wealthy communities too. So come to Chicago and come to see the beautiful architecture of Chicago. And again, I told you, the hotel is connected to Tinley Park Convention Center, so there is no problem about hotel. I hope I can see you all there. Meet me and meet Dr. Monsi and 30 other speakers. They're not just from Chicago, okay? They're coming from different states, these speakers.
Well, some are international too, I remember.
Yes, Avelo Roy is from India. He's flying from India.
Wow. So big event, awesome people, and honestly, this is at the price of like peanuts. Like the ticket entry is nothing to compare to what they're gonna get. So if you are not up for this, like you're really not saying yes to yourself, pretty much. And you are your business. People don't understand that you're no different than your business. So if you're not investing in your knowledge, your self, and what you could do better for yourself, your business is not going to grow. So most people, I feel like they think it's separate, but it's absolutely not. Martha, you work with me because you know that, like, you know me. It doesn't matter what business. You said that I could probably put dirt in a pill and give it to you, and you'll still believe that there is active ingredient in there, right? So it's all about the trust that you can build, and you are your business, and then you could be doing multiple things. It doesn't matter. So it's all about coming, investing, learning, and then taking your business forward. So don't delay, and we'll be back next time. Martha, let's do another chat on this probably in a couple weeks. I would say the last week of May.
Let's do it. Then
Awesome.
we
All right.
then we can talk about more things about the event and what is going on. So I'm excited.
Absolutely. All right. Take care, guys. Namaste. And we will